is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news, intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversation. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Good morning. The government $30 million tax demand on sandals, the resort chain objecting to the DIR's assessment. The $100 million bond for energy grid upgrade oversubscribed. And Team Bahamas beginning to see action today at the Olympics in Paris. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight, and this is Morning Blend.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning again, Bahamas. It is Monday, July 29th, 2024. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, D'Angelo Cartwright will be joining us. Also this morning, we're talking with Bank of the Bahamas and First Care Medical Plan. They're announcing a major partnership to make healthcare more accessible. We'll get details this morning. That's all ahead and a whole lot more. But first, it's time for the overnight, the latest breaking news from while we're sleeping, and the top national and international headlines this morning. In the overnight, the Department of Inland Revenue has demanded that Sandals Resort make a payment of $30.8 million in back taxes, but Sandals has challenged that assessment. The demand was made after an audit determined the resort chain owes the Bahamas government more than $29 million and $1 million in additional value-added taxes, more than $1 million, and business license fees. Sandals was also advised that it owed the sum of $570,000, the maximum penalty allowed under the VAT Act, and the DIR considered that sum appropriate. The audit period is from the for the financial periods 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. Sandals was advised of the $30 million demand in a letter from DIR on November 24th, 2023. Well, Sandals seeking a declaration that it has a reasonable expectation to provide a letter of guarantee or some form of security acceptable to the acting comptroller and financial secretary. Sandals also seeking an order quashing the demand for the cash payment. You can read all about that in today's Nassau Guardian. A $100 million bond offering launched recently for the Bahamas Grid Company Limited to fund electricity grid upgrades in New Providence, oversubscribed and has been successfully completed, according to Financial Advisors Limited, CFAL. Making that announcement, Bahamas Grid, a special purpose vehicle, was formed in 2023 to work alongside Bahamas Power and Light, BPL, to undertake certain fundamental improvements to the electric transmission and distribution system on the island and operate and maintain the T&D system thereafter. The offering was open to the public from July 15th through 26th and resulted in what's being called strong demand from the investment company or community. The government hired 2 consultants in late 2023 to promote its interests abroad, one to push the Bahamas' tourism product, while the other was engaged to lobby American lawmakers on areas of interest including cryptocurrency, digital asset regulation, and climate change. The agreements are detailed in documents both companies filed in the United States under the Foreign Agents Registration Act. The government paid global public relations firm Finn Partners $40,000 a month to promote the country's tourism brand to the American market on a 6-month contract that began December 1st, 2023. The government previously worked with Finn Partners in 2021 for tourism promotional work in the United Kingdom. Another document filed under FARA shows that the government hired Florida-based law firm Becker and Polikoff for consulting services related to the promotion of federal legislation of interest in the Bahamas, such as cryptocurrency, digital asset regulation, and climate change. That agreement also began December 1st, 2023, and states the law firm was set to work with the Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Legal Affairs on a month-to-month basis for a fee of $10,000 a month. 2 men who were arrested during a police chase charged with murder and possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life on Friday. Prosecutors alleged that 25-year-old Jamal Hamilton and 21-year-old Shanton McSweeney fatally shot Alvardo Thompson on July 20th near the East Street South Police Station in New Providence. They're also accused of possession of firearms with the intent to endanger the life of Constable McCarty. Police officers on duty at the station used their own vehicles to pursue the suspects, who were in a Nissan Cube. The suspects crashed into another car during the chase and fled their vehicle. Authorities allege that McSweeney shot at the officers and was shot in the legs. Hamilton and McSweeney were not required to plead when they appeared before Chief Magistrate Roberto Reckley. They were remanded into custody, and the matter was adjourned to this for the presentation of a voluntary bill of indictment. Meanwhile, another murder suspect denied bail after he appeared before another court. Dominique Reckley is charged with the murder in the stabbing death of Veronique Francis on July 18th. The 26-year-old Francis died in hospital on July 21st, and Reckley turned himself into the police after Francis died. Reckley wasn't required to plead to the murder charge when he appeared before acting magistrate Lennox Colby. He's remanded to prison until September 30th. Overseas, Venezuela's opposition and President Nicolas Maduro's government were locked in a high-stakes standoff after each side claimed victory in Sunday's presidential vote, which millions in the long-suffering nation saw as their best shot to end 25 years of single-party rule. Several foreign governments, including the U.S., held off recognizing the results as the election officials delayed releasing detailed vote tallies after proclaiming Maduro the winner, with 51% of the vote to 44% for retired diplomat Edmundo Gonzalez. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken from Tokyo said the U.S. has serious concerns that the result announced does not reflect the will or the votes of the Venezuelan people. And Israeli strikes, killing 2 people and injuring 3 others in southern Lebanon early today. Lebanon state-run news agency reporting as Israel mulls its response to a rocket attack from Lebanon over the weekend that killed 12 children and teenagers in a town in the Israel-controlled Golan Heights. Monday's strikes do not appear to be Israel's response to the deadly weekend attack, but more routine fighting. Lebanese state media saying today that the strike hit a motorcycle traveling close to the Lebanon-Israel border, killing 2 riders and injuring a child. Also today, 2 were injured in a separate strike in southern Lebanon, Lebanese state media confirming this, or reporting this at least. Israel military officials, only saying that the military had struck Hezbollah operatives and infrastructure, but did not give more information. In sports, a big shake-up in Major League Baseball. Bahamas all-star outfielder Jazrato Jazz Chisholm Jr. has been traded from the Miami Marlins to the New York Yankees, with the Marlins receiving 3 talented players from the Yankees, including catcher Agustin Ramirez. The Yankees having a 60-45 record this season. Has been average in attack. Chisholm, a 26-year-old multi-position player, is the potential answer to some average performances. He's a proven left-handed bat for manager Aaron Boone to deploy. You can read how this is going to work in today's Guardian Sports section. And Team Bahamas getting settled in Paris. Our Sheldon Longley is traveling with the team in France. Here's his first report.
Good morning, Bahamas. This is Sheldon Longley coming to you from the 2024 Summer Olympics in Paris, France. The Olympics are underway and Team Bahamas is ready for action. Touchdown yesterday, I was able to catch up with Lamar Taylor. He'll be the first one in competition for the Bahamas. Here's a little bit of what he had to say.
I feel pretty confident going into my individual event on Tuesday. I've been training all summer for this one moment, so I'm willing to put everything on the line and just give it all I got in my individual, planning to try and come out first and to have my best chance and best odds of making the semifinal.
Bahamas house Lamar Taylor. He will be in the pool feasting Tuesday morning, 11:26 a.m. our time here in Paris, which will be very early back in the Bahamas, 5:26 a.m. He'll be swimming out of lane 5 in heat number 5 of the men's 100-meter free. He will have to finish in the top 16 in order to move on to the semifinals. The semifinals are set for later Tuesday afternoon, and if he makes it through to the final will be held on Wednesday. That's Lamar Taylor. He's going to be the first competitor in action for Team Bahamas at these 2024 Olympic Games. And then it's going to be a little dry period for the Bahamas. We don't have any more athletes in action until Friday. That's when Ken Mullings will start his trek in the men's decathlon in athletics. Also, Charisma Taylor should be jumping in the qualifying rounds of the women's triple jump. And the heats of the mixed relay 4x400 relay will also be held on Friday. And then Saturday, we get into the next swimmer who will be competing for the Bahamas, Trinishka Gill. She'll be swimming in the women's 50-meter free. As well as Ken Mullings, he'll be back in action in the next 5 events of the men's decathlon. We'll also see Terrence Jones and Wanya McCoy in the opening round heats of the men's 100 meters. And Stephen Gardner, the Olympic champion, starting his Olympic title defense. He'll be running in the opening round heats of the men's 400 meters on Saturday. Once again, this is Sheldon Longley coming to you live from the 2024 Summer Olympics here in Paris, France. The Olympics are underway and Team Bahamas is ready for action.
Our Sheldon Longley in Paris. Will have the up-to-the-minute reports with him throughout the Olympics. That's sports, and that's the overnight. Time for a first look at weather. Time for your first look at weather, brought to you by Easy Car Sales. We've got a frontal boundary just north of the Bahamas. That's going to provide a light wind and a greater possibility of shower and thunderstorm activity, as well as higher than usual heat indices for the northwest Bahamas today. The remainder of the islands will be dominated by a weakening plume of Saharan dust, and that's going to allow for more stable conditions through tonight. We've got another heat advisory, folks, another heat advisory for the whole country. Everyone's being reminded to remain hydrated, limit outdoor activity, and take frequent breaks, and wear sunscreen. A dust alert is in effect for New Providence, Eleuthera, Andros, and the Berry Islands. That's from 6 a.m. to 6 a.m. Tomorrow. And that will remain in effect for the central and southeast Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands until noon today. And as a result of the Saharan dust, everybody with allergies and respiratory issues like myself, my gosh, need to do whatever it takes to stay alive. Wow. For the northwest Bahamas, we're looking at partly sunny conditions with cloudy intervals, hot, hazy, and humid with widely scattered showers and isolated storms developing by late morning, early afternoon, becoming partly cloudy, warm, and humid with lingering showers and thunderstorms moving offshore tonight. Expect heavier downpours along with possible severe thunderstorms across or near Grand Bahama, Bimini, and Abaco. Expect gusty winds and higher seas in or near showers and thunderstorms. Winds variable at 10 knots or less during the early morning hours, becoming south-southeast to south-southwest at 10 knots or less by this afternoon. Seas calm near shore, but building up to 1 to 3 feet offshore. For the central southeast Bahamas today, mostly sunny, hot, isolated showers, and a slight chance of thunderstorms, mainly offshore by this afternoon, turning fair and warm with stray showers possible tonight. Winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, becoming gusty at times. Seas 1 to 3 feet, but building up to 2 to 4 feet in open waters. Temperatures today, again, highs near 92 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius. But it's going to feel like it's almost 110 Fahrenheit, 109 Fahrenheit, 43 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down about 79 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. That's your first look at weather this morning. We'll have your extended outlook and look at the tropics coming up in just a bit. Your first look at weather brought to you by Easy Car Sales. Drive electric for the savings, for the planet, and for the powerful ride. Visit IamGenerationE.com to find out more about the EV life. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9, your home for fresh news and smart talk all day.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
For fast, reliable, and impactful printing services, look no further. Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life. We stand by our quality products that is second to none. Our affordable pricing and friendly, efficient staff makes Printmasters the ultimate choice for all your printing needs. We can deliver any type of printing services, from banners to booklets to business cards. You name it, we can print it.
Let Printmasters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Looking to elevate your gadget game, or are tech troubles simply slowing you down? Escape to a world of innovation at Custom Computers, your go-to store for the latest cutting-edge tech. Whether you need to upgrade your life with the best from Apple and Windows, or your device needs a little TLC, the Custom Computers Know-How Store is the destination for unbeatable expertise and quality repairs. With 2 convenient locations, there's a Custom Computers near you on Patton Street in Palmdale and Caves Village, or call 396-1100.
The Guardian Media Group has your ticket to Paris.
On your marks, get set, go!
Join the Guardian Media Group, Star 106 Hits, Guardian Radio 96.9, and Hot 91 FM, and follow Team Bahamas from paradise to Paris. Live comprehensive updates on Team Bahamas every day during the 2024 Summer Olympics. We are your ticket to Paris. Nassau Guardian Sports Editor Sheldon Longley will be trackside, bringing you closest to our athletes in their quest for gold. From paradise to Paris, the 2024 Summer Olympics. Live updates brought to you by gold sponsors, the Bahamas Ministry of Tourism, Jimmy Wines and Spirits, distributors of refreshing Sands beer, silver sponsor Executive Motors, and the bronze sponsors Hertz Rent-A-Car, Nagico Insurance, Bay Street Garage, Nassau Motors, your Chevy and Honda dealers, and New Life Natural. Let the games begin.
That was a fantastic last leg by Ramon Miller of the Bahamas.
Looking for great device deals and offers this summer? Look no further. Alive has special discounts on the latest smartphones, Ring devices, and accessories. Plus, as an Alive customer, you can expect exclusive Get Extra offers and rewards, which means even more value for your money. We're talking more data, prizes, and surprises. Upgrade with us and experience the perfect summer with Alive in store or at bealive.com/deals.
Now let me see now. 326 EPIC. Hello? This Epic Eckert battery. This Miss Beulah from round the corner. I hear you're selling tires now on Wolf Road too.
Praise the Lord. It's about time. I live Fox Hill and Fire Trail. It's too far.
That ain't all. They open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Sunday and holiday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
My brother Sam, he's a hacker, and he could go right there and get fixed up.
Call us at 326 EPIC. We ship also to the Family Island.
Do you have uncontrollable debt? Are you ready to make that move to Fidelity for a stress-free future? These loans have a built-in savings plan that pays you unbeatable interest. Ask about our debt consolidation loans today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at MorningBlend969 or Facebook.com/MorningBlend969. Text us 422-4796. Standard text rate supply. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan. Joining me now, Deandra Cartwright. Deandra Cartwright, good morning.
Good morning, Dwight Strachan. How are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been better. So I apologize for the late start today. I'm actually, what was that? I'm actually battling, I guess it's the Saharan dust thing. I mean, my allergies have been completely out of control, and I'm hopped up on Benadryl.
Oh, wow.
And so that has got me in a very zombie-like state.
Well, I feel, you got to listen to the experts, and I think you need to be staying indoors as much as possible.
Trust me.
As possible.
Not going outside much, but it doesn't seem to matter.
The thing is when I stepped outside today, I was like, why is it that it felt like I wanted to start sneezing, and I'm like...
Sneezing for days.
Then I hear the advisory, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I apologize in advance if y'all hear me. Hopefully not, but no, it could be bad for persons with asthma and allergies and things like that.
It's terrible. Sneezing, the itchiness, the eyes, nose, throat, everything.
Well, I hope the Benadryl kicks in fully.
No, that's the problem.
That's a problem.
No, the Benadryl.
Or is this a sleepy kind?
Right.
Oh, no.
I took it last night, but it takes a while to get out of your system.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm in a slow motion. I'm like a zombie.
Oh, okay. I got
People
you.
are telling me things,
and
I'm not understanding what they're saying.
Well, they do say Benadryl has that.
Yes, Sheldon said the race is tomorrow morning with Taylor, our swimmer, Lamar Taylor.
Okay.
And so I messaged him and said, "So who won?" And I'm like, he
Oh,
says,
no.
"Dwight, did you listen to what I said? It's tomorrow." I said, "What?"
It's been such a long few hours that it feels that long. How about that, no?
I don't know what you just said just now, but okay. But we're gonna get through this together, folks. We're gonna get through it together. But
We shall.
Look at this weather report. It's in red, the warnings from the Department of Meteorology, right?
No, that's how
'Cause
stern
it's
they
about
are.
the heat and about the algae issue, right? So this is going to be
It's intense
a
because it's going to be
rough
hot
day.
on top of
Yeah.
the Saharan dust situation.
Exactly. And they're issuing now dust alerts.
Oh.
So, because this is crazy, Saharan dust will reduce air quality to moderate levels across the islands of New Providence, Andros, Eleuthera, and the Berry Islands until tomorrow at 6 a.m. From now until tomorrow.
Wow, that's like
a
that's a
whole
full 24
dust
hours.
alert, and so it's going to be rough. Yeah, but that's happening.
And the process of that dust getting on this side of the world is very fascinating. Like literally, it's being carried on winds from another continent.
Yeah.
And coming over here and having such an impact on us. But this is word on the street, and I'm not a land expert or whatnot like that. But the red dust that really helps with our soil to have certain crops.
Yeah, I've
they
heard
say
that.
is Saharan dust.
Yeah, I have heard that before. But hey, I'm willing to sacrifice being able to breathe if it means that we won't have hurricanes.
Well,
and so bring that on. We could do this till November. I'm prepared.
Listen, it's the lesser of the two evils.
Right, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'd rather this than a hurricane.
I think everybody does.
So, but again, apologies again for what has happened so far and what might happen for the rest of the show today.
Dear, y'all pray for us. Pray for me. Because I don't think I've ever experienced this before.
Right.
And on a Monday with so many things happening over the weekend.
Benadryl is something else. It's the best, but the side effects are
have you seen the videos? The videos on social media with Benadryl or whatnot? It literally says your allergies cannot bother you if you're knocked out. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it comes with the visual of literally being, and then the screen goes blank. Like, the allergies can't bother you if
Don't
you're
take
out.
it in the day. There are other things to take in the day. I feel they're not as effective, but they are helpful.
Yes.
But the Benadryl.
But also Benadryl isn't isn't the best medication to take over for long term.
No, you definitely can't do that. Only when as needed.
Yes.
Only as needed.
But some persons, because their allergies flare on a regular basis, it's not the best thing to
So you
take
gotta
Benadryl
find-
for
you gotta
long
do something
terms.
else. You got to find out what's going
I
on.
think
and deal
was
with
it loratadine is they would recommend that, but again, as you said, it's not as strong as the Benadryl.
that. So here we already see this text means this text says, does this mean that we can get questionable texts by you between today and tomorrow? Try it. Let's see what happens. I'll either misinterpret your text and read it incorrectly. Or
Lord.
who knows?
Urca?
It's going to be an interesting day. But it's going to be an interesting day.
Lord.
Boy. Anyway, let's talk about it. This is part of what's in the news, but let's get into other stories in the news.
Here we go.
And in the news, as we said, the Olympics started. The opening ceremony on Friday. Did you see Team Bahamas? Paris is trying to be different, and I applaud them for that.
Yeah, very, very, very different.
Very different, unique, but memorable. Questionable, yes, but memorable. Everybody sailing down the Seine on boats instead of walking into the stadium. It's definitely different.
The drawing attention to the sun. I'm wondering about the swimming has started.
Mm-hmm.
Relays have begun, have been awarded. A commentator has been, I'm not sure if fired, but perhaps removed for sexist commentary.
Which network?
Eurostar. They were commenting on I believe it was the Australian women's relay team swimming, and saying that they were taking their time because, women need time to put on their makeup and things like that.
That's what he said?
Yes, that's what he said. After they just won the gold medal.
Which language was this?
Goodness, I can't remember.
It wasn't English though, right?
I want to say no, but I believe it was actually.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. So let's talk about it so far, what you've seen with the Olympics and how you're feeling about it. And also want to talk about Jazz Chisholm as well, the Miami Marlins. I just think the Marlins need to get out of baseball. Just pack it up and move, free up the land for housing or something. I don't know.
Listen to what you're saying.
The talent that has come through there that they let slip through their fingers, just unbelievable.
Okay.
But Jazz going to the Yankees, I mean, some of us love or hate the Yankees, but he will do better.
That's what I'm saying.
He
right?
will do better with the Yankees because they seem to care about their players.
So think about it this way, right? Again, I'm not a sports person, but I've heard that it is a bit difficult for a stellar player to carry an entire team if they don't have the support. So you're supposed to build teams like in basketball, right?
Yeah.
You could have a powerful player, but unless they have a support system, they're not going to be able to carry the entire team. They can perform, but it's not going to go well, right? So Jazz now has the opportunity to have the support that he didn't need. Now, on a very petty note, how you say the Marlins need to get out of it.
Yeah.
So Miami Marlins, the Miami Dolphins.
Miami is a challenge sports
Are we
city.
saying now that Miami just has a problem?
And the Heat might be worse. The Heat might be worse.
The Miami Heat.
Oh,
Listen,
God.
no, to be fair, you have to give them some kudos, right? Because years gone by, they did well basketball wise. They did well.
All of them have won. Even the Marlins have won.
No. The last
World
time the
Series
Miami Dolphins won a
It's been long
game,
for the Dolphins.
it's been decades,
Yeah.
okay?
And the Florida Marlins just
was-
won. The Florida Panthers just won the Stanley Cup. So
Okay, so that's soccer,
that
right?
no.
So Stanley Cup.
That's
That's
ice
hockey.
hockey. Yeah.
Hockey, right? Lord, they're trying to keep everything. I watched my first.
But
hockey
Messi is
game
with
last
the
year.
Miami soccer team now. So who knows? Maybe they might.
Maybe, but
Right,
then,
right.
oh, wait, no, like actually playing
Yeah.
Messi. But didn't he just have an injury the other day?
But he's on the team.
Because they were kind of like doing a countdown. Some people online.
They'll give them some time.
Sometimes.
But
So maybe soccer is what they can focus on. Well, clearly hockey. But again, that's also ironic, right? Because Miami, Florida, won the ice hockey thing. So does that mean they need to go in the reverse? So since they're hot, they need to focus on cold sports? Is it that?
or cooking. Maybe they'll do better
No,
at that.
don't do
'cause
that.
then
Have you
they're
had
just
gator?
not-
Have you had gator?
No,
Like seriously, they try
no,
to,
I don't-
yeah.
No, I don't eat.
Come on.
I don't eat things that look ugly. But yeah, so anyway, we wish Jazz all the best,
Yes.
and hopefully this will bring him the success that he deserves. Because he was definitely thriving on a very lackluster team, and hopefully he'll improve, and we'll now have to all pull for the Yankees. Oh boy,
You sound like you hating.
I don't love him, but now I'm gonna have to like him.
Because of Bahamian on there. Okay. All right.
It's okay. So we're talking about that. We're talking about Jazz. We're talking about the Olympics as well. And as you heard, Sheldon Longley saying that report there. Lamar Taylor, the first payment, will see action tomorrow morning. It's going to be early, 5-something tomorrow morning, our time. And so let's talk about it. Someone's asking already because, I said this a while back, but I didn't get any traction. All of you just laughed at me.
Why?
When I said that we should boycott
Mm-hmm.
Paris and so someone says, "Are you still boycotting the?" No, I watched, but I mean, Haiti was there too, so they are there, and if they don't care,
A lot of persons were talking about the religious portrayal of certain aspects of the opening ceremony and how it's against God and things like that, and I'm like, oh boy. Erin actually made a pretty good post about it.
Our Erin Green.
Our Erin Green. Yeah, she made a pretty good post about it on Facebook, really going back to the origins of what a bacchanal actually means and the origins of that, and how I think it was some of the imagery that was used was of the Greek mythology, which was the origin of the Olympics being in Greece and whatnot. So I encourage persons to go check out her post. But yeah, I'm actually very interested. We have an Olympian that's also going to be in the javelin competition, and I'm like, we haven't had, at least in my recollection, we haven't had a Bahamian performing on the world stage like this in javelin, because if I understand correctly, she has the record at her school as well as her state. It's a national record for our country. So she's doing well at NCAA. And because she's 64, so she's throwing 64 meters, and the world record is at 68, I think it is. So it's quite possible that she can break a record further. But yeah, javelin, because I think the last one before that, and people, you can correct me, I'm not Googling, and also my coffee isn't strong today. But before her, was it Laverne Eve? I feel like it was Laverne Eve, like performing well in field events, right?
Right. Overboard breaking Birdie's record.
Yeah, so this is
national record.
Yeah, so this is great. We have quite a few events to be watching our athletes perform in. And just plugging in there, a lot of the athletes, they've trained under their own resources or the resources of their schools or whatnot. I think there was one that was highlighted, forgive me, he's doing the decathlon, I think, I forget his...
Ken Mullins.
Right. He came out of the University of the Bahamas, right, and he gave them kudos for that. I think we need to do more to support, as a people, as a country, as well as the government. We need to do more to support our athletes, preparing them and preparing those who want to become athletes. If we look at the training regimens with our Caribbean sisters and brothers, of how early they start. If we look at the development within those larger countries, how early they start and how the support that they get from their people, we could be doing more.
Yeah. Well, every Olympics, and since we've been on there, we've been saying this, the number of ridiculous sports, and sports in quotation marks, that are included.
Pickleball is a new one.
Is that in there?
Yes.
Are you sure?
That's what I saw online.
I
might
don't
be
know
wrong.
about that.
No,
But
they said it was
breaking
two.
is there, and of course, it's breakdancing, and skateboarding's insane. It's insane.
Listen, skateboarding is a skill.
Yeah, okay, but does that mean it's a sport? And
Madness
it's like,
sick. Okay,
put
here we
chess
go.
in there then. Why not? And some other things. Handball, again, it looks insane, but I'm pretty sure we could scrap together a handball team and do pretty well.
Yeah.
And so many other sports. And we said this years ago, we've made no effort. We're just stuck in the track and field world and a little bit of swimming. We could do this. We can do this. And this is how these other countries rack up medals, because they're playing crazy sports in quotation mark. We could do it. And apparently these are big things. There's a whole sport. Handball is huge in Europe, and we could take advantage of this if we try. Let's take these calls, and then we'll get to some of your text messages.
I found a list
of all the weird sports?
Of all the new sports.
All right, we'll get to that in a second. Let's take, and surfing is in there.
For the second time, not the first time.
Yeah. Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air.
Good morning, Cousin Dwight. How you doing?
Doing well. Trying to.
And wonderful to your guest, too.
Morning.
I didn't been holding on so long. I didn't forget twice what I was supposed to call you for. But
Aww.
I want to make a suggestion to one sport that we could. I sure the Bahamians will win easy in Olympics. How about they introduce shooting dice?
I mean, will the people compete if it's just for medals and not for money?
Yeah, we can shoot dice.
Yeah, okay.
But Dwight, do you have a connection to IRCA? Because I really tired of the Bahamian people getting fleeced and taking advantage of, man. Do you have a connection for IRCA?
IRCA is for communications and the electricity.
Yeah, I know. I call in early to get my point in.
Okay.
So I go to the hospital.
I mean, they listen. So, I mean, what's your issue?
My issue is I bought a brand new phone, supposed to be a brand new phone last week, Thursday, from one store, somewhere in Southwest Plaza. In 2 days, the phone was doing its own thing, dancing by its own thing, turning on, whatever. So I went back to them with the phone to have a replacement phone. Now, these things cost me $140, $50. Supposed to be brand new. Gave me the replacement phone, and before I reached uptown that afternoon, that phone was dancing and doing foolishness. supposed to be brand new.
Oh, so let me ask you a question: is the issue the network or the phone? What do you think the issue is?
It's the two, but the phone is more because I had to pay for that one.
Well, I think you need to go to consumer protection. If you cannot get the issue resolved by the company you bought the device from, then consumer protection is who you need to talk to.
Where they're located, but let me finish. I asked the guy to replace the phone with another name brand of equal value, but they told me, "Oh, we can't do that. We got to give you the same old Nokia." What they ain't doing? I don't know where they get them from. Those phones, I googled the serial numbers on the phone to find out, see if I could track it. It didn't come up, but I think those phones are refurbished out of China or somewhere. They have to be. Because, brand new phone got act like that.
Wow.
And I want to report them to IRCA, man.
Again, I don't know if it's IRCA. It's going to be Consumer Protection Commission. Consumer Protection Commission, I don't have the number on hand right now, but if you Google them, you'll easily find them.
Yeah, I should be able to find them. I want to get a vehement. Let's be careful that company was selling us substandard stuff, right?
Okay.
Thanks, Dwight, for taking my call.
Thanks a lot. Wow. Some text messages here. Good morning. Yes, different. This is about the opening ceremony. Definitely different, but questionable opening ceremony. The project managers of the Paris Olympic Games opening ceremony would have never dreamed of mocking the Muslim faith like they did with the Last Supper thing. It would have been no games. There would have been no games. Yeah, I see a lot of people giving them a lot of flack for that. Absolutely. This person says here, can we talk about how our athletes, Team Bahamas, looked like they were going to BAISS?
Are you saying they look young?
I don't think that's what they mean, with their orange shoes. All right, so, maybe they were prepared for the rain. You see this, you saw how they looked. Because some of the other teams had on their suits and their jackets and stuff and looked a lot more formal. But, maybe they saw the weather forecast and were prepared. Because if you knew that it was going to rain, this would be more appropriate than wearing a jacket.
Yes.
So maybe that's it? Maybe? But hey, they're not there for a fashion show. That's what Team Bahamas is saying. They're there to win gold medals.
Right. I think, unfortunately, the national uniforms have become a bit of a fashion show, actually. Like the debut in general, yeah, because I think the Haitian national uniform was making waves for how it was presented. Mongolia's team as well. A lot of them, I know that the American team there's got some backlash with their actual sporting uniforms, right? Not the national uniform they're opening what they were wearing on the boat and whatnot like that. But like people watch it. They watch the uniform. So compared to other countries, that's a tracksuit.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, do we not have a formal uniform? Do we not have a...
I don't know if it was different than the actual jacket. So this is the only thing that I've seen to say, again, what was the alternative? Because usually they wear, I think what BOC wears similarly is an aqua jacket, I think.
Yeah.
Again, we could be wrong.
Well, they didn't wear it. Very interesting. That was an odd choice, but okay. This person says here, this is back to Jazz Chisholm. The veterans do not work hard, and they are jealous of this upstart from a sandbank in the Atlantic Ocean showing them up. Jazz needs to be in a larger market like New York City, so this is perfect. Okay.
I wonder if this is to say that sounds like the same argument of what's going on with the WNBA right now, where a few of the ladies that recently graduated university and got drafted to WNBA are facing perceived bullying from the ones that have been in the game much longer. So this just sounds similar and are performing better and drawing larger crowds. And so it would seem that that's where the bullying is coming from because of those things. So it sounds like it's going across sports. Interesting. So ageism despite gender. Interesting.
Yeah. What were some of those, before we get to these other messages,
I get to say
unusual sports now that are...
Break dancing.
Yeah, that's the new one. Breaking, they're calling it.
They call it breaking, right? This is surfing's second time.
Yeah.
but not the first. And it's actually not happening in Paris. It's happening on the island of Tahiti, right? French Polynesia. Skateboarding is back for the second time. Sport climbing is here again.
So it's like rock climbing type stuff.
Yeah, it says.
How do you determine who wins that?
It's a speed event. Athletes will climb side by side up a 15-meter wall, racing for time. Bouldering, I guess. So it's like a bouldering. So instead of a straight face, it's rounded, if that makes sense. Anyway, so wall climbing, bouldering. So they take the two distinct. Anyways, the difference in surface.
Okay.
So you could hang off or climb up. So 3x3 basketball is back. Kayak cross.
That's another thing. Why aren't we in that? Why are we in that? I don't understand that.
No, because you if you look at the technicalities of how our team got to where they are, like it's not it could be automatic, possibly, but we didn't even have that chance.
Well,
we did it for years.
Why haven't we been doing this?
Maybe there's something against being in multiple ones, which I sincerely doubt. But yeah, I agree with you.
Definitely. 3-on-3 basketball, we need to be in that. Next Olympics, we better be there.
And I agree. We have a lead up time, right? Kayak cross. So in kayak cross, according to this article from NBC Olympics, the 4 athletes race against each other from a ramp above the water. They traverse a course featuring up to 6 downstream gates and 2 upstream gates in a showdown. Other changes at the 2024 Olympics. For the first time, men will be included in the artistic swimming competition.
What is that? That's like the
synchronized swimming, something like that. Artistic
synchronized
swimming,
dancing thing.
Artistic swimming also now includes a team acrobatic routine.
Why is that in the Olympics?
You know, it's been there for longer than we've been on this earth, Dwight. Sailing. So 2 kite events have been added to the Olympic sailing schedule. Shooting, the mixed skeet team event replaces the mixed team trap event. And track and field, the marathon race walk mixed relay comes to the Olympics, replacing the men's 50-kilometer race walk.
Wait, say that again. The what?
The marathon race walk mixed relay. So it's like speed walking.
Okay.
Race walk.
A relay?
Yeah, so it's a mixed relay now. So it's going to, it's replacing the men's 50-kilometer race walk. It's now going to be mixed race walk.
Okay, interesting.
Marathon, right? So it doesn't say the distance here.
Well, 23, whatever, miles, I guess.
Right. Also in track and field, a repechage round has been added for all races, including hurdles, between 20 meters and 50 meters. So how that works is that the athletes who don't qualify in the prelims will have a second chance to qualify for semifinals by participating in the repechage, sorry, and my French is not the best today, heat. So this is colloquially known as the lucky losers format. Volleyball. So at previous Olympics, the men's and women's volleyball's fields of 12 teams have been playing split in 2 pools of 6, with each team playing 5 matches total in the pool phase. But at the Paris Games, teams will be separated into 3 pools of 4, with each team playing only 3 matches in total. And then finally, weightlifting has been reduced from 14 to 10.
Okay, interesting. We're going to go to the news, pick this up on the other side, and a whole lot more to talk about on this Monday morning. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/MorningBlend 969. Text us 422-4796 on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC 422-4796. And now at 8:20, it is time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams Paints. We've got the influence of a frontal boundary just to the north of the Bahamas. That's going to provide a light wind and a greater possibility of shower and thunderstorm activity, as well as higher than usual heat indices for the northwest Bahamas today. Did you think it could get any higher? Well, the remainder of the islands will be dominated by a weakening plume of Saharan dust, and that's going to allow for more stable conditions through tonight. But we do have another heat advisory. That's in effect for the whole country. Everyone's being advised to remain hydrated, limit outdoor activities, or take frequent breaks, and wear sunscreen and loose-fitting clothing. A dust alert is now in effect for New Providence, Eleuthera, Andros, and the Berry Islands from 6 a.m. today to 6 a.m. tomorrow. And it remains in effect for the central and southeast Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands until noon today. And as a result of the Saharan dust, everyone's being advised to take necessary precautions if you have allergies or respiratory issues. And residents in the northwest Bahamas are being advised to brace yourselves for the Saharan dust plume today. So, for the northwest Bahamas, your forecast calls for partly sunny with partly sunny conditions with cloudy intervals, hot, hazy, and humid, with widely scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms developing late morning, early afternoon. Later today should become partly cloudy, warm, and humid, with lingering showers and thunderstorms mainly offshore tonight. Expect heavier downpours along with possible severe thunderstorms across Grand Bahama, Bimini, and Abaco. For the central and southeast Bahamas today, mostly sunny, hot, with isolated showers and a slight chance of thunderstorms, mainly offshore by this afternoon, turning fair and warm with a stray shower or two possible tonight. Temperatures today getting up to 92 Fahrenheit, 33 Celsius, but the heat index will make it feel like it's 109 Fahrenheit, 43 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down about 79 Fahrenheit, 26 Celsius. In an extended outlook, as that Saharan dust plume continues to thin out over the Bahamas, the subtropical high will build across the area, nudging a cold front further northwards. This is going to allow for more typical summertime patterns. By Tuesday, strengthening winds will gradually build through to midweek, build the seas. But cold front, don't think that's going to mean cold weather. Not at all. So for Tuesday, tomorrow, partly sunny and hot with mostly isolated showers and thunderstorms across the majority of the area, with widely scattered showers, mainly north of the islands. Then Wednesday, partly sunny, hot, and locally breezy with isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms. In the tropics, we're watching an area near the Leeward Islands and Greater Antilles. It's an area of disturbed weather over the central tropical Atlantic, expected to interact with an approaching tropical wave during the next couple of days. The system has a medium chance now, about 50% chance of tropical cyclone formation during the next 7 days, with the potential to form a tropical depression near the southeast Bahamas, according to the National Hurricane Center. So we're going to continue to watch that over the next few days, and you all should be paying attention to that just in case. That's your Morning Blend weather check, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams Paints. Sherwin-Williams Paints has got you covered for all of your painting and equipment needs. Visit Sherwin-Williams Paints online or in-store today. And it's time for another check of your traffic for the morning, brought to you by RBC. Find your loan solution with RBC. All right, so we've been telling you about Tonic Williams-Darling Highway, the preparation or phase one of the improvement project there. They've prepared the road for paving, so it's not a smooth pave yet. So keep that in mind. You might want to avoid the area if you've got some suspension issues, perhaps. In your real-time traffic right now, we've got Mile Butler Highway seeing some heavy traffic just midway between Fire Trail and Tonic Williams-Darling Highway as you approach Harold Pond. That area westbound on Tonic Williams-Darling Highway, a bit of congestion as you approach the roundabout, and some slow-moving traffic eastbound onto that same stretch that we told you is being prepared for paving between Bahamas Games Boulevard and Blue Hill Road. So keep that in mind this morning. Also, we've got Prince Charles Drive, just at the major intersections. Some slow-moving traffic. And Blue Hill Road, northbound, as you get over that hill to Independence Drive. And southbound on Blue Hill Road, toward that roundabout, seeing some slow-moving traffic. And near Carmichael Road as well. Carmichael westbound, some slow-moving traffic to Coral Harbor Road. That's your real-time traffic and your Morning Blend traffic alert brought to you by RBC. Start a conversation at rbc.com/loan/all of you.
RBC. Life is full of twists, turns, and defining moments that create your own unique story. However your story unfolds, we're here to help guide you through it. From every big decision to every new adventure, RBC. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean/all of you.
At Wendy's, we are different. We don't just use beef, it's fresh, never frozen. Our burgers are square because we never cut corners. Served hot off the grill with fresh lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and American cheese. We believe in fast food done right. Always serving fresh, never frozen beef. Order a hot, juicy Dave single, double, or triple. Made with fresh, never frozen beef. Now only at Wendy's. Different inside and out.
We're gonna give you a check every week for a year. Percy's Pension Plan, Island Game, keep you winning. Percy's Pension Plan, dream big, we will help you live it. Percy's Pension Plan, Island Game, we got you. Percy's Pension Plan, from the friends you can trust. If winning is a must, go play the game you know, cause your best chance is with us. The most trustworthy name is Percy's Island Game. So put 20 on your account and ride this easy train at Percy's Island Game.
Maybe it's time to explore your options. There's no harm in reviewing your mortgage arrangement and considering a better deal. CIBC Caribbean can help you narrow your search and decide. Switch your mortgage to CIBC Caribbean and enjoy a special interest rate and help towards your switching cost. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/inspired home for more information. Conditions apply.
Age ain't nothing but a number, they say. Whether you're a baby boomer or a Gen X, Y, or Z, Easy Car Sales invites you to be part of the new Generation E. We drive electric for the savings, for the planet, and most importantly, for the smooth, powerful ride. You really can have it all. We love our EV, and we are Generation E. Join us. Everyone is welcome. Visit IamGenerationE.com to find out more. Brought to you by Easy Car Sales.
Ready to save? You can put $100 into the CFAL Savings Express Plan and make sure your money keeps growing. Earn interest on your savings while you're sleeping, eating, or standing in line at the bank. Ready to invest? Start by putting $1,000 into our mutual funds and earn interest there too. Because at CFAL, your interest is our interest. Visit CFAL.com to start now. CFAL. Growing wealth for future generations of Bahamians.
Maybe it's time to explore your options. There's no harm in reviewing your mortgage arrangement and considering a better deal. CIBC Caribbean can help you narrow your search and decide. Switch your mortgage to CIBC Caribbean and enjoy a special interest rate and help towards your switching cost. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/inspired home for more information. Conditions apply.
In the world of business, technology is not a choice, it's a necessity. And for businesses that demand excellence, there's only one choice for unparalleled support and cutting-edge technology. Custom Computers. You have challenges and we have solutions. Computing, networking, storage, and printing for enterprises large and small, aligned with premium brands like HP, Microsoft, Konica Minolta, and more. Get tech done the right way with Custom Computers. Call the know-how team at 396-1101.
Splash into summer with CIBC Caribbean. Experience a summer wave like never before when you spend with your CIBC Caribbean Visa credit card. Lucky winners will receive prizes including a private boat charter, hotel day passes, staycations, dinners, and more. Each time you spend $200 or more, you'll automatically be entered for your chance to win. Apply today for your CIBC Caribbean Visa credit card. Terms and conditions apply. Visit www.cibcfcib.com/splash into summer BAH. Promotion ends September 7th, 2024.
Don't shop at Sherwin-Williams then. Don't get the best service in the Bahamas then.
The love is really, really strong in Sherwin-Williams. We don't just sell paint. We service you with a smile, good hearts, mind, soul, and body. And we love our customers as much as we love ourselves. Yes, real talk. I'm not just saying this to impress myself. We love to go beyond with customer service. So they feel delighted to come in Sherwin-Williams because they know I can either see Dee Dee, or I can see Shelly, or one of our other wonderful staff members. We treat our customers with the respect of our boss because there are many paint companies they can choose to go to. No, baby. If they go to some other paint companies, so I gonna get this little thing at the end of the week.
We want to make sure you get that little ting, Shelley. Come visit Shelley and Dee Dee at Sherwin-Williams Bahamas, and you'll surely find color in every day.
Living with a neurological condition shouldn't define you. At Cleveland Clinic in Florida, we do whatever it takes to make life better today while discovering new treatments for a brighter tomorrow. From epilepsy management to specialized spine care and brain tumor surgery, we're delivering world-class neurology care. For the day-to-day, for the days you live for every care in the world. Visit clevelandclinicflorida.org/Caribbean.
Mommy, why can't dogs talk? Why do I have to go to school and you don't? Why do you sing in the morning when you're bad at it? Why don't you brush your teeth when you take me to school? Why doesn't it ever snow here? Why does Daddy take the bus to work? Why are trees so tall? Why don't you tell me where babies come from? Mommy, Mommy, Mommy!
We're like a kid that doesn't ask a million questions before noon. CG Atlantic Agents and Brokers. Good like that.
Congratulations, Bahamas! It's a celebration! Oh, yeah! We got it! You better believe it! Big time! Let's go! This one's for the Fantastic Four! Yeah, man! The Golden Boys! Yes, man! Our Golden Knights! August 10th, 2012! Can't forget it! Let's do this! KB! Spread news far and wide, let it be told. Our boys in the 4x4, our boys in gold. Lift your voices, shout it big and bold. Bahamas in the 4x4, Bahamas in gold. Run, Chris, run. That's all you could hear on every.
We are back with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan with Andrew Cartwright. We're putting Bahamian musicians and writers on note now. Get some songs ready. Right? We're expecting some medals, right?
Listen,
for the Olympics this year.
Our artists, our music artists, they produce. So we can have a particular race, some activities that are happening at the Olympics, and I promise you, if that happens at 3 a.m., we're going to have a song by 10.
Oh, I hope so. Okay. All right. So we're really looking forward to that. Coming up in just a few minutes, we're talking with Bank of the Bahamas and First Care Medical Plan. We're going to get into that in just a bit. Just want to wrap up the conversation. We have a few more of your text messages about the Olympics. We were talking about Jazz Chisholm as well, moving to the Yankees. And you were doing your research on all the unusual sports that are in the Olympics. I think we could put some teams together for.
I really do.
We could broaden this beyond track and field.
There were quite a few of the usual Olympic sports that we see being practiced here in the Bahamas that we could develop even more. I mean, we have 4 years. We can start from early childhood and do what other countries we see them do, and so we can have more to offer outside of track and field. So some of those areas that we were looking at, archery. We have so many of our kids doing gymnastics. Why not? We've never had an older gymnast, right, actually do it as a sport. We we play softball. Why not that? What about volleyball? Going there, we have some boxers. That's another area. We do have some persons who play cricket, but how our team actually performs, maybe not. I don't know. Cycling is also another area. We just had some folks that were participating in an equestrian tournament. That's also another area. Again, not so very large, but then we also have flag football, guys. Like, we have a league.
Really should
Why not?
Definitely be in that.
Right. What about golf? That's something a lot of persons are getting into. Handball is another area. Hockey, maybe not, but again, I'm just going by what Dwight said.
It's
where
field hockey. It's not on ice.
Listen.
Okay. Come on.
Field
hockey.
All right.
We could do this.
Okay. Judo, karate. We have how many? You don't call them schools, but I'm going to use schools, so y'all forgive me for not knowing what that actually is supposed to be called, but where the kids learn karate and judo. That's another. And we've had persons performing in tournaments outside of this country in those areas, so why not? Then there's also rowing. That has also been taking off in the recent years. What about that? Sailing. Sailing is an Olympic sport. Come on. Why not? Then you have squash. Now, granted, we didn't have an area to practice squash like that, but we do now have another area these days. So perhaps that's something we can get into. We can have more persons. And Dwight and I were talking about this. We dominate swimming for CRIFTA. We dominate it, right? But there is a disparity when you look at the presence of the Bahamas at CRIFTA level and our junior athletes on their level compared to at the Olympic level, at the I want to say the older folks side of things. Where are they? What's happening? Why is that there's such a decrease? And maybe we can talk more about that. Table tennis is another area. Don't shoot me, but again, that's another area that maybe we could develop or whatnot. Tennis. We haven't had a Bahamian tennis player that has made or has performed at the Olympic level or at the world level or, inside, goodness, what do you call that for Wimbledon and all that good stuff, right? I am not a tennis person. But again, that's another area, right? Volleyball.
It's been a while since we had,
right? Volleyball is another area, and we have that in the schools, right? There's such a heavy focus on track and field. There are other sports. Weightlifting is another space. Come on, man.
So, and we talked about this off air. There's a lot to do to qualify for many of these things, and it's the process is
sometimes it takes years.
But some of those, I think we can do it.
But to be fair, again, I was doing some research again over the weekend. You have the process to get there. So some of those because there are multiple ways to get to the Olympics, but then you have wild cards, right? So you can just do one event, participate, and then you automatically get it. Then it's also by your qualifying performance, right? So if you are ranked at a particular level off of one performance, again, you get it automatically. So there are many avenues, and you have 4 years to try to do this.
Well, you saw we were one win away from getting in for basketball. If we'd beaten Spain, we would have gone there.
And that was only one avenue. There were other avenues that we could have utilized as well,
we know,
to get there.
I'm saying confidently, we know the Bahamas will be there in 2028.
Right, and if they're not for that one, there's also the 3x3. Because again, is this something like?
I don't understand why we're not in this.
For those of you who actually know the technical side of this, is there a reason why we couldn't participate in the larger team basketball event versus the 3x3?
You can do both. I'm sure the U.S. is in that.
I wonder.
There's no reason. There's no reason. You just have to have the will, the skill and the will, and we can do it.
The skill and the will. And also during the break, sorry, y'all already know I do a lot of research. I shouldn't even be apologizing about that. Y'all should know that by now. I was looking at Jamaica. They have a 66-member team. And they will be competing, I think, in over 16 events separately.
But it's mainly track and field, though.
Mainly track and field.
So they got the same issue we have. We can expand.
But did they not have a bobsledding team back in the day? And then that's another area.
That hasn't changed.
Right?
They still do.
Right? So Why is it also? Because we're looking at the Summer Olympics. That's another thing. These are the Summer Olympics. What about Winter Olympics?
We are barely in any
What about
events
Winter
in the
Olympics?
Summer Olympics. Let's not waste time competing in the Winter Olympics. We should advertise. We should put up signs at every Winter Olympic event. Like, when you're done with this nonsense,
That makes sense.
come to the Bahamas.
Sorry, wasn't that on the front? That was on the front page today, right? We were paying persons to carry the messaging, so this could be something they take up into.
There you go. There you go. Let's take some calls really quickly. 323-6232. 325-4316. 325-4259. Toll free 242-300-5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us 422-4796. This text here. Yes, we should do more to help our athletes, but we are a call me when you win type of country. Oh boy.
Not just when you win, man. I think just for sports. That's for everything. As a former unionist, I know that part. But that we were also talking about that. Is this a support system required for the athlete, right? A lot of those persons that are involved inside these competitions, they do so out of their own funds, or they're training with the university that they are with. Like, literally, if we do a case study of our athletes that are at the Olympics, that have qualified for the Olympics, we will actually see where they've either funded it themselves, because the training, it ain't about going over to the Olympics, that's just buying a ticket and having accommodation. It's about the process to get there, the process to qualify. Where is the support there? They're getting, the majority of them, if you look at it, they have done their training through their universities. How did they get there? And it started off from their high school, from the clubs that they were part of. How is the Bahamian population, the government, all of these different agencies that have so much to say at the back end of it, really supporting our athletes while they grow?
Let's take this call. Good morning, caller. You're on the air. Are you there? Good morning.
Am I on the air?
Yes, you are.
Yes, I'm just calling to admonish Dwight for being a hater.
It's a Yankee thing, right?
No, the rock climbing thing.
Chester Robards? You are.
Chester, you called in to Route Dwight?
I mean, good Lord. You should be resting.
Why should I be resting?
For Wednesday. I mean, I don't understand why you're calling this show.
I have to give kudos to one of the newest sports. They only was introduced during the last Olympics, speed climbing, bouldering. So there are some sports in the Bahamas that some of us are trying to develop, but it is like DeAndre was saying recently, costly, and I think that's part of the problem. There is a lot of financial support needed. There are local clubs and nonprofits that need to be put together in order for some of these sports to take people around the world to qualify.
Are you actively trying to get people trained and qualified to participate in events like this?
I am actively moving in that direction.
Are you a little too old for to compete, or is this something you are? Is this something you could consider as well?
No, definitely could consider it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But don't hate on the new sports. We're gonna get there.
Listen, Chester, I love that we are building up rock climbing and bouldering here.
Yeah,
I think there was something happening. Is it out Clifton, I believe? I think I saw something where persons are learning how to climb.
Yeah.
And honestly, with all of the limestone formations that we have, while they could be, you have to be very careful because of erosion and whatnot, that is literally a training ground for these things.
Absolutely.
So it could happen.
Yep. Thanks for taking the call.
All right.
Thank you.
Good luck. Good luck. I'm all for it. Whatever. I mean, even though I don't know what the heck they're doing there, but hey, I know we can do more than track and field.
I got to take you to Long Island. I will say this for like rock climbing and bouldering. I don't do the bouldering. I need a flat surface. But I used to scare my grandparents. Literally scare them because I would climb. Because as I think most people know, or maybe everybody doesn't, but Long Island is known as the most scenic island because you have low points, you have high points, you have everything, right? But on the coastlines, on certain sides of the island, you have these very tall formations. So they look like cliffs, right? They technically are. And then you can climb them.
Yeah.
So I used to scare
So
my
you can start
grandparents and
practicing.
no, I've been climbing since I was younger, actually.
Excellent. Some messages as we go to the break. This person says that we ain't got no competition if the game was jumping to conclusions.
Hey, well, sweetheart, I'm sorry.
Let them put up a picture and ask all contestants to say what's going on. Gold medals all around for my people. No
Supposition.
context, we can tell you what's going on. Well, that sounds like quite a fun thing to watch. This one says here, okay, we're going to get to that a little bit later in the show. That's a crazy question. Oh, boy. You're talking about us entering the 3-on-3 basketball. Why didn't we enter shooting? Y'all trying to be funny. But yeah, 3-on-3, we really should be doing that. Remember that sailing was our first Olympic medal. Well, yes, and we got a
So
history.
since Sir Durwood, there's been no one?
Nothing at all.
Let's do better. Long Island, maybe that's something we could look into. Clearly they need our help. Exuma, we need you.
This text says the reason why there is a difference between the younger athletes is that they don't have the same level of concern and worry as the older athletes.
Which was?
When you have an athlete worry about training and paying bills, that presents a challenge when it comes to training. The training needs to be able to represent the country because those bills come first and no one is giving you anything. The government needs to take care of these athletes. Oh boy, we've got a lot of work to do. A lot of work
I mean,
to
then
do.
there's also the case of some athletes not getting the payout from the government after they performed. Because when you go to these things, you know who has to actually reward with that gold medal? The country has to pay you.
Yikes. Hey, we're going to leave that there. We'll pick this up. We got a whole 2 weeks to talk about the Olympics. We'll be back, though. When we come back, a lot more Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Yeah, man. These boys made us so proud.
Craving something delicious and freshly made? Dunkin' has got you covered all day your way. From savory sausage, egg and cheese to crispy bacon, ham, and even tuna. Our sandwiches are made to order just for you. Choose your favorite. Bagels, croissant, toast, or muffin. Whatever you want, we've got it. Whether it's a classic grilled cheese or a hearty club, your perfect sandwich is just a bite away. Dunkin's fresh, made-to-order sandwiches made all day your way. Only at Dunkin'. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Now let me see now. 326 EPIC. Hello? This Epic Eckert battery. This Miss Beulah from round the corner. I hear you're selling tires now on Wolf Road too.
Praise the Lord. It's about time. I live Fox Hill and Fire Trail. It's too far.
That ain't all. They open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Sunday and holiday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
My brother Sam, he's a hacker, and he could go right there and get fixed up.
Call us at 326 EPIC. We ship also to the Family Island.
51 years of Bahamian pride. A vibrant rhythm. A symphony of resilience. We've grown from bankers to neighbors to friends. Together, we build a future as bright as our sun. I am 242. You are 242. We are 242. Scotiabank is proud to be Bahamian.
Doctors Hospital Specialist Clinic is where trusted and best care meets consistency and dedication. Let our expert specialists take you on a healthcare journey where warmth, compassion, and your well-being come first. From diagnosis to prescription, we are with you every step of the way, ensuring your peace of mind. Visit us today at Centerville Medical Center, Collins Avenue and 6th Terrace, and discover quality, compassionate healthcare at Doctors Hospital Specialist Clinic.
We go everywhere. Shop early at Janae's Chesapeake Road annual back-to-school sale going on now. Get up to 20% off on all school items in stock. Yes, all school items in stock. Shirts, jumpers, skirts, boys' long and short pants, school neckties, PE shorts, and a variety of colors and school monograms. Shop early and don't miss out at Janae's Uniform Center Chesapeake Road's annual back-to-school sale going on now. Remember, we go everywhere. Beat the rush and save, save, save at Janae's annual sale now. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
When you think of automobile replacement parts,
superior lubricants, and accessories and chemicals of all kinds, still think Bay Street Garage Limited. For almost a century, we've been synonymous with wholesale and retail sales, free delivery to the boats for our Family Island customers, and for alternator and starter repair. Bay Street Garage Limited, BSG. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays.
RBC. RBC will find the right loan for all of you with competitive rates and extended terms to suit you. Whether it's for debt consolidation, your next vehicle, or home purchase, sometimes we all need a little more. No matter the reason for the loan, we're here to help you find the solution. RBC. RBC has all the loans for all of you. Let's start with a conversation today.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Congratulations, Bahamas! It's a celebration! Oh, yeah! We got it! You better believe it! Big time! Let's go! This one's for the Fantastic Four! Yeah, man! The Golden Boys! Yes, man! Our Golden Knights! August 10th, 2012! Can't forget it! Let's do this! KB! Spread the news far and wide, let it be told. Our boys in the 4x4, our boys in bold. Lift your voices, shout it big and bold. Bahamas in the 4x4, Bahamas in gold. Run, Chris, run, that's all you could hear. On every island, they started to cheer. Look at Chris running, burning up the track. Running with pride, the whole Bahamas got Ebok. Hey, spread the news far and wide, let the truth be told. Our boys in the 4x4, our boys in bold. Lift your voices, shout it big and bold. Bahamas in the 4x4, Bahamas in gold. Come on! Run! Oh, look at them! Them boys from over the hill, or they from the bush? You know they behemoths. Let's go, man! Run! 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 Come on, Monica! Yes!
Chris, Demetrius, Michael and Ramon, they're from the soil, they is beyond. Proud to be a Bahamian, gold is what we got. They took a little and they did a lot. Hey!
Spread the news far and wide.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with DeAndrew Cartwright. And this morning, we're changing gears. We are talking about making your healthcare, access to healthcare more accessible. We're very pleased to have with us from Bank of the Bahamas, Rochelle Walker, and from First Care Medical Plan, Harold Antor. Good morning. Welcome back to both of you. You've been here before.
Good morning.
Great to have you with us.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
Let's get your mic up there, Harold. Yeah, let's get a little closer to the mic.
Good morning.
We're getting there. Yeah, we're going to sort that out there, but we're just talking. That's a little bit better there. Okay. So let's talk about this First Care Medical Plan. Tell us all about that. What is that?
Yes, Dwight. First of all, we're really, really excited. First Care has been around as a health services plan from 2009. We started First Care July 1st, 2009. And the reason we started First Care is because, my background as well as the background of my other colleagues who started the program with me is the insurance business. And for many years, hold on, all right, switcheroo.
Oh, better.
Wow, I could hear the difference.
It's a big difference. We'll figure out what's going on with that mic there.
Yeah, this one here.
Yeah.
Okay, so as I was saying, our background is insurance, right? We also operate TriStar Insurance Agency. We're right on the corner of East Bay Street and York Street. So for many years, we were selling insurance, life insurance, major medical insurance, and so forth. But what we found is, as we engage prospective clients, particularly groups, for major medical insurance, people just couldn't afford it.
Oh, wow.
It's just crazy. Dwight, in 1997, I sold a group insurance package to Pepsi Cola all the way out on Prince Charles, right? Do you remember when Pepsi was there?
I do remember.
And the premium there at the time was $67.21.
Wow.
It's just crazy, right? Today, we sell major medical insurance, and for one person, the average price is somewhere around $400 a head.
Yeah.
And for a family, you're looking at about $1,000, which are crazy prices, right?
What was accounting for that? Why is it getting so expensive?
Well, there's a number of things. In fact, that is an explosive question, given the elements associated with that, right? But obviously, the rising costs of medical services is one, medical equipment, the rising costs of salaries, operation costs, all of that goes into that. And the big one is obviously the claims experience.
Right.
Claims experience have to do with the cost that particularly insurance companies have to pay for health care provided, right? Now, mind you, the insurance company pays the cost. They don't create the cost. You understand what I'm saying? So if somebody gets in an accident or gets sick, they pay the bill at the doctor's office and so forth and so on. So those bills, they help to drive the claims experience up, and the claims experience is a function of volume and the cost, right? So as a result of that, less and less persons are able to afford. Even companies, one time ago, some companies, if I call their names, you'll know who they are. Sometimes, they used to pay 100% for their employees, and they've pulled back from that.
Yep.
They pay either 75% or 50%. Why? Because you want to provide as much as you can. But particularly when you talk about relatively small businesses, right? So you have a company that has 15 to 20 people, 30 people. In the Bahamas, if you have a company with 50 people, that's a good-sized company. Yeah. And imagine if the company wanted to provide medical insurance for each one of those employees. That's coming out of their profit line. You know what I mean? So it's very expensive. So as a result of that, we'd go into a company and offer them major medical. Let's use round figures, right? So if the company had 100 people, if 10 to 20 of them selected the major medical, that's plenty. So oftentimes we'd walk out the door and we'd leave 80 to 90 people looking us in the eye and say, what about us? So in 2009, we created the First Care Medical Plan. It's not an insurance plan, it is a health services plan. And the purpose of the plan really is to provide access to private health care, right? We all have access to public health care. We don't even want to go into that, right? But yes, public health care, you can go to the clinic, you can go to PMH, you can go to this and that. However, the issue was access to private health care. So we essentially carved out of the major medical benefit structure, the primary care aspect of it, which is to help people maintain good health. And the idea behind that is if you are able to see a doctor when you need it, when at the first sight of something for you and your children, right? I'm a father, I have 3 kids. I mean, all my kids are adults now. I'm not as young as I used to be. You know what I mean? A couple of years ago, Dwight, when I came here, we were talking about kids. I got to talk about my children, right? But no, everybody's adults now.
Boy.
But still, the point is, a lot of people are going through that journey. You have young children, and you may have medical insurance at work, right? But you can't afford family cover. Because that's an extra $600 to $1,000 for you to cover. So First Care has been working tremendously well to give people access to private health care. So we have a network of providers throughout the Bahamas, in Nassau, in Grand Bahama, in Abaco, in Exuma, and Andros. We started originally in Nassau with just, a handful of doctors, but over the years, it's been a runaway success. We have thousands of people on the program now, and the program offers free access to our private doctors, in addition to a host of ancillary benefits. And the reason we're here today is to really talk about this exciting relationship that we've forged with Bank of the Bahamas. Because, Bank of the Bahamas is the bank of the people, right? It's the Bank of the Bahamas. Right. It's our bank, right?
Yes.
So this program, this relationship gives us an opportunity to allow every Bank of the Bahamas client to have access to First Care. And it's only, Dwight, believe it or not, it's only $35 for any adult.
Wow.
Right? Regardless of age, you can be 100, you could be 120, and you could sign up for First Care. Right? You could be
35. This would be
$35 per month.
Per month. Wow.
Right?
Okay.
Now with VAT, it's $38.50. Right? But it's $35 per month for regardless of age, regardless of sex, regardless of medical condition. So you could have AIDS, you could have lupus, you could have cancer, you could have COVID, you could have rheumatoid arthritis, any condition. Why? Because it is not an insurance plan. You don't have to, listen, I sell insurance. I understand what you got to go through to get insurance, right? And believe it or not, people think money buys insurance. I have money, I could buy insurance. That is not true. Money does not buy insurance. Health buys insurance. I've had many people who had lots of money able to pay for it, but they got declined because their health was not up to scratch. Right? So money doesn't buy health. And what do you do in that case? First Care. What do you do in a case where you have, in the Bahamas, our family situations are multi-permutations, right? What does that mean, right? I mean, we have the nuclear family is an endangered species, right? I say that all the time, right? Because let me not be too broad. There's a lot of families out there that are single parent families, right? Either only the mother or only the father. There are a lot of families out there that are mixed families, right? You have situations where parents are living with children are living with parents. You have stepchildren, and that's true. Stepchildren, grandchildren, all those kinds. So what do you do when those persons who you love are looking to you for access to health care?
Yeah. Wow.
You got to go to work, and you may have major medical at your job. You work at a place, and they pay 50% for you, but you can't afford to pay. And not only that, the thing about major medical is, as great as major medical is, the rule is that in the Bahamas, you can only add your spouse and your child to the plan. Well, with First Care, you could add anyone. So, number one, it is regardless of age, it is regardless of sex, it's regardless of medical condition, and you can add anyone to your plan. You could add on your parents, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your children, your aunt. Some people put on their maids and their gardeners on our plan.
Oh, wow.
And the reason for that is because our plan is not an insurance plan. It is a health services plan. So you can add anybody you want. Any adult, $35. Any child is only $25 a month.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, so Rochelle, you talk about the Bank of the Bahamas' role in this, how this works, before we get back to Harold.
Okay, thank you so much, Dwight. So Bank of the Bahamas is committed to being a bank of solutions. And so partnering with First Care allows us to address a fundamental need, which is, of course, affordable health care. And the partnership is about more than just banking. It's about enhancing the quality of life for our clients. Now, clients can easily access First Care's plan through our digital landing page. So all of the Bank of the Bahamas customers, once you log on to the www.firstcaremedicalplan.com/BOB, that's how we're going to tell a difference between you and another client.
Right.
You get your special benefits and all of the good things that come with being a part of the Bank of the Bahamas' network. So this is something that we wanted to make sure is available for people who are clients of Bank of the Bahamas. Of course, we have 12 locations throughout 8 islands in the Bahamas. And outside of that, of course, if you just log on and ask the agents, etc., how can I be a part of this? That's where Bank of the Bahamas comes in. We've got all of the collateral, the printed material, information that we need to share with our clients because, we have a very big segment of the market who do their banking with Bank of the Bahamas. And so we want to get it to them as seamlessly and as quickly, as easily as possible. And we do that through all of our branches at Bank of the Bahamas.
So are there any special perks for the Bank of the Bahamas clients? Because I could just, go straight to first. Right?
Well, no, you get some special perks for being a part.
Okay.
But of course, they discuss that individually with each person. But that's a part of the benefit of signing up with Bank of the Bahamas. You get privileges that everybody just won't get if they just signed in on their own. So that makes it a little bit more attractive to. You're already a BOB customer. And then even if you're worried about, okay, I have to worry about seeing an agent and when I'm going to do this and that, you can do your payments through our online banking platform, or you can have your standing orders set up. And so we're making this thing very easy. You don't have to have anybody running you down and coming to you to, I have to collect the premiums, etc.
All right,
we take care of all of
Want
that.
to hear some more about those perks when we come back. We're going to take a quick break for news headlines, and then we'll be back with more on this. We're talking with Rochelle Walker and Harold Antor. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio. Stay with us.
Better believe it, big time. Let's go. This one's for the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, man.
The Golden Boys. Yes, man. Our Golden Knights. August 10th, 2012. Can't forget it. Let's do this.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
The views and opinions of the host and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Monday, July 29th, 2024. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan along with DeAndre Cartwright, and we continue our discussion about First Care Medical Plan and their partnership with Bank of the Bahamas. We've got Rochelle Walker with Bank of the Bahamas and Harold Antor with First Care Medical Plan. Okay, so before the break, Rochelle was telling us that there are going to be some reasons why you might want to go through the BOB platform. Tell us a little bit about the perks there, the differences there.
Fantastic. First of all, let me start off with just reiterating what Rochelle said with respect to the access point, which is firstcaremedicalplan.com/BOB. So what that does is it makes it easy for any BOB client to access our portal and to sign up. Sign up is very easy. You could just sign up right online. Just click Join Now. You could use your debit or credit card. You could use various other methods that she mentioned. So we make that easy and unique for BOB. Whether you are in Inagua, whether you are in Grand Bahama, my hometown, Berry Islands, Abaco, or Crooked Island, wherever you are, you could sign up for the program. Now, the islands that we have actual supply in terms of doctors are New Providence, many in New Providence, Grand Bahama, Abaco, Exuma, and Andros. And we're working to expand. But let me talk about some of the additional unique benefits that we offer that's accessible to BOB clients, right?
Yeah.
In addition to the doctors here locally, we also have access to providers in the United States. For a number of years, when we were running First Care, like I said, we started it in 2009. Right. People often asked us about, can I use this plan in Miami? Right? Can I use this plan for Lauderdale or Orlando and so forth? And the answer is no. Well, BOB members are able to use the First Care plan to access care in the United States. We have doctor visits, private doctor visits that BOB clients can get for only $60, right? Now, I want you to think about that. $60 for a private doctor visit in the United States. Most of our doctors right now in our network are in the Florida and mainly the Florida area between Miami and all the way up to Orlando. Okay. And that's primarily because that's where most Bahamians go. However, somebody have a unique situation and needs to see a doctor elsewhere, we could also assist with that as well. It may not be $60, but we can get you in. But we have $60 visits, so that's fantastic, right? The other benefit is we have access to ancillary services. We're connected with Quest, so you can have imaging, you can have lab tests done, you can have MRI, PET scans, and so forth, all of that at substantial discounts in the United States as a BOB member, right? For example, I think it's CAT scans that start at somewhere around $55. They run to about I think it's $100 and something, right? It's all on our website. I don't have everything right here in my head, but just go to firstcaremedicalplan.com and you'll find all of that. /BOB, yes, absolutely. But in addition to that, so it's doctor visits, you have labs, you have pharmacies, you connected to over 69,000 pharmacies in the United States, coast to coast. That includes the CVS pharmacies, Target, Walmart, Publix, all of those. So if you saw a doctor over there and you got a prescription you need to get a pharmacy, and with those pharmacies you can get up to 80% discount. Obviously, the discounts are stronger on generic than they are on brand, but you get discounts on that. Now, another benefit that BOB members can get is this. You know, Bahamians are very big on sports, so I tell people, hey, if you go to LA while LeBron is playing, and your team happened to lose and you get the belly, you could go to you could
That's
go.
been happening a lot.
Well, you know what I'm saying. You could go in every CVS. There's a little clinic that's called the Minute Clinics in CVS. Right? They got 1,100 CVSs and Minute Clinics throughout the United States. With our card that you're only paying $35 for, you can go into any CVS in the United States and you can see a doctor there for less than the people who live there.
Wow.
And the reason for that is because we negotiated on a group basis and you get an additional 15%. Now, CVS, their cost is usually 40%. The mini clinics are usually 40% less than access to doctors outside. But with First Care, you show them a First Care card, you get an additional 15% discount, okay? At CVS. So you have doctor visits, you have labs, you have pharmacy, and you have imaging as well. All those are available to BOB clients, right? Right, at substantially reduced costs. The other part to it is we have a rewards program on our site, which is an incredible benefit. Every time I travel, I go online to firstcaremedicalplan.com. You can go /BOB, and you have access to car rentals at an additional 10% discount because we created the rewards program so that you don't get sick every day, so that you have the card and the card becomes a lifestyle benefit. So you have discounts in the U.S. for car rental as well as hotels that you can get discounts on just using your First Care card. I mean, it's incredible. Just go online, firstcaremedicalplan.com. It's all there. Now, in addition to that, locally, you'll see you can get substantial discounts on a number of brands in the Bahamas, including restaurants, car, auto repair, skin. There's a whole lot right there. So it's not only a healthcare access point, but it's also a lifestyle. Right. And some of the savings, Dwight, some of the savings can pay for the plan itself. Right? So, let's say a family puts on a husband and wife and 2 children, or you put on yourself, your mother and your father who are in their 80s, right? You pay 35 plus VAT, and that's it, right? And everybody there's covered. Husband, wife, and 2 children, 35, 25 plus VAT, everybody's covered, right? Now, lastly, Dwight, in terms of benefits to BOB members, right? We have an incredible program that's called the self-pay programs, right? We have incredible self-pay packages where you can save between 30 and 60% on these key areas. One is maternity, right? So you can have, Bahamians go over states and have babies. So we have a concierge program where we hold your hand through the entire service, and you can have the child over in the United States and get a 30% discount on services there. But for these services, the discount is up to 60%, and that is for cardiac, if you have heart problems, oncology, cancer, and orthopedics. All of those services, we already have arrangements with providers. And the reason we do that is because our target market are people who don't necessarily have major medical insurance and can't afford major medical or can't afford major medical insurance. But if you hop on a plane and go to the States for health care as a one-off, you'll pay through the nose, right? But when you go with a First Care card, you go as a part of a contract. And all of the benefits and discounts are available to you, and you get the royal treatment because we make the prior arrangements for you so that people are aware that you're coming, they're aware of the discounts that you ought to get. And I wish we had more time, but we don't. But you could call us you could contact us by contacting BOB, or you can contact First Care and let us know that you're a BOB member, and we'll walk you through the process. But if I must say so myself, it's an incredible package for the cost.
All right, so I know you got your state secrets and stuff, but I mean, how are you able to do this? I mean,
one step at a time, Dwight. One step at a time. One step at a time.
Okay. All right. So there's got to be a catch here. Wait, are you limited in who you can see, or is that like determined? How to?
Let me say this, Dwight, that every insurance company in the entire world has a network.
Right.
Right? I don't care if you are United Healthcare, which is probably largest in the United States or maybe largest in the world, or if you are a very small little company. Everybody has a network. And the reason why is, and the network means that those are providers that they have contracts with.
Right.
We are no different.
Okay.
So we do have a network, but our network is pretty sizable, and BOB members are able to access our network with a call or to go online. And sometimes we have special cases, and those special cases may require special contacts, but we are able to help people get in touch with the right provider and get a discount on that service.
Are there long wait times to get to see the doctor that you want to see? Or
No. In fact, one of the reasons why First Care works so well, particularly in the Bahamas, is because the visits are unlimited, and you are not tied to any particular provider in a program. Which means that, I'm from Grand Bahama, right? Freeport, probably the best city in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, right?
Oh, look how we starting fights on the radio.
No, hold on. I only calling it like I see it.
At times. I don't know if it's consistent.
I only call it like I see it. I only call it like I see it. Shout out to my Freeporters down there. I love my hometown. But hold on. When I go visit home, if I get sick, even though I've been living in Nassau for 30 years, right? When I get home, if I get sick, I could use my First Care card and see a doctor there for free. Right? Now, if I go far afield, and let's say I go to Abaco or I go to Andros or someplace like that, I can use my First Care card. The point I'm making is I'm not tied to a particular. There are BOB members all over the country, and their families are all over the country, right? You live and work in Nassau, but your mother is in Andros, right? Your father is in Abaco, you got people in Exuma and so forth. Well, you could buy the plan and we give you a digital card. You could buy the plan and you could just WhatsApp them the card wherever they are in the Bahamas, and they could use it free there, unlimited, right? So that's one part of the benefit. The other part of the benefit is that, unlike certain situations, the fact of the matter is the doctor that you see is a doctor that you choose, because sometimes you go into a doctor's office, right? And you have a particular condition, you're not feeling well, and you poke your head into the doctor's office and it's packed You know that's a 3-hour wait, at least 4 hours, sometimes even longer, right? Well, with our program, you have the option to go to another doctor, poke your head in. This one only has 3 or 4. Okay, I could wait.
Excellent, excellent. All right, Rochelle, maybe you can answer this person's question. If you are a BOB client and you add your spouse who is not a BOB client, first of all, can you do that? Is your spouse eligible to those
all those benefits? Yes, because their registration would be under the first www.firstcaremedicalplan.com/BOB.
Okay.
The tie-in there is when you register, it's registered under the BOB at the end of the sign-on process. So we already know that's a part of our network. So he's going to get that benefit by association.
All right. So, and how many clients does BOB have? And if everybody on BOB signed up, would this crash the program? I mean, can you handle all of that? I guess both of you can answer that one.
Listen, as I mentioned, BOB has 12 locations throughout the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. We are on almost all of the major islands. And outside of that, we've also sent information to all of our branches. So all of the collateral, the flyers, the brochures, the packets are all there. Besides that, of course, we do have the BOB online platform as well. Now, we have a brand new platform that we've just launched as well, our online program. And so I don't think you're going to crash anything if they all sign. We want them all to sign up. The more the merrier. Let's make this really, really comprehensive. So the more clients are able to sign up, then the better the benefits are, and the more items we're able to offer you, because then the network is that much bigger.
Okay. All right. Harold?
Absolutely. No, it will not crash. It cannot crash. And the reason for that is our experience when we started the program in 2009, July 1st, we had 4 providers on the plan, just 4 doctors, right? Today we have, I don't know, over 70 or so. We have a whole lot of providers. Just go online, firstcaremedicalplan.com/BOB, and you'll see the providers. The point I'm making is the plan grew as the membership grew. And that has always been the modus operandi.
And if you are a medical provider and you're interested in being a part of this, what should you do?
You could contact BOB or you could contact us, and as we add medical providers as demand requires, right? Sometimes, because providers come in all shapes and sizes, right? You have primary care doctors, you got specialists, you got dental, you got vision, you have labs, you got pharmacies, you got this, you got that, and so forth and so on. So we always are interested in rounding out our offering. We want the program to look and feel like you have access to everything that you need within a very small and affordable plan. The key is to make access to private health care affordable to for the average Bahamian.
Wow. All right. And Rochelle, remind folks what they need to do if they are Bank of the Bahamas clients, how they can sign up for First Care Medical.
All they have to do is visit www.firstcaremedicalplan.com/BOB. And that's going to give you more information on how you can benefit from the partnership. We're here to help you achieve better health and better wellness. That's what we're about.
Excellent stuff. And Harold, you have the final word.
Well, I'd just like to share our phone number. Our number is 502-9400. 502-9400. That's our office. We're located on the corner of East Bay Street and York Street. And I'm sure all of the BOB members and clients, they have access and the phone number for their respective representative or branches. They can call them as well. Any questions they have, they would either be able to assist or they'll direct them to us. But we are extremely excited about this opportunity because it gives us the access to be able to make health care accessible to the average Bahamian. That's the key.
Yeah, absolutely. This is great stuff that you're doing. Very exciting. Rochelle Walker with Bank of the Bahamas and Harold Antor with First Care Medical Plan. Thank you. Thank you for being here this morning. Appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
All right, we're going to take a break and be back with more Morning Blend Business in just a bit. Stay with us.
Listen, when I realized my edges were thin and I had bald spots, I couldn't believe it. My healthy hair was gone. Luckily, Me Americas reached out to me with their hair growth oil and I thought it might work, but I didn't expect it to work this quick. Consistency is key and I use the oil every day. My hair not only grew back, but it grew fuller and softer too. The oil is only $15 and it's available in Nassau and Freeport. Give us a call at 242-535-4622 for more information. 535-4622 Imperial Looks.
In 2023, over 9 million visitors came to the Bahamas. This year, we plan on shattering that record. That's why tourism is everyone's business.
Paradise is not only found in Nassau, but throughout our 16-island destination.
No matter who you are or what you do, we all have a part to play in our tourism industry.
This is our country.
These are our islands.
This is our home.
That's why tourism is everyone's business.
Earning zero interest on your savings at the bank? With as little as $100, you can start earning interest on your money while you're sleeping, eating, or standing in line at the bank with the CFAL Savings Express Plan. Ready to invest? Start by putting $1,000 into our mutual funds and earn interest there too. Because at CFAL, your interest is our interest. Visit CFAL.com to start now. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations of Bahamians.
Age ain't nothing but a number, they say. Whether you're a baby boomer or a Gen X, Y, or Z, Easy Car Sales invites you to be part of the new Generation E. We drive electric for the savings, for the planet, and most importantly, for the smooth, powerful ride. You really can have it all. We love our EV and we are Generation E. Join us. Everyone is welcome. Visit IamGenerationE.com to find out more. Brought to you by Easy Car Sales.
Calling all young champions, supportive sidekicks, and wise mentors. Are you ready to unleash your back-to-school superpowers? Fly into John Bull Business Center, gear up, and enjoy a super 20% off all school supplies and 10% off on teaching aids. And that's not all. With every purchase now through September 7th, enter to win a $3,000 shopping spree. Zoom in to John Bull Business Center today and gear up like a true super student.
All those loans I had were so overwhelming. Fidelity's debt consolidation loan combined all my loan payments into one easy payment with a built-in savings plan that pays me unbeatable interest. It's time to make that move to Fidelity. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Hey Bahamas, ready for some eye-openers? Check out 2 brand new books by our legendary 3-time PM, Hubert Ingram. Get the tea on his amazing leadership and courage to buck the system. These books are for you, the game changers, movers and shakers, and anyone passionate about our nation's roots and future. Available now at Dungalik Studios, Logos Bookstore, the National Art Gallery of the Bahamas, and Chapter 1 Bookstore. Score your copies today. Celebrate our amazing legacy.
Ready to save? You can put $100 into the CFAL Savings Express Plan and make sure your money keeps growing. Earn interest on your savings while you're sleeping, eating, or standing in line at the bank. Ready to invest? Start by putting $1,000 into our mutual funds and earn interest there too. Because at CFAL, your interest is our interest. Visit CFAL.com to start now. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations of Bahamians.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
It is time for your morning business report brought to you by CFAL. Next month, customers of collapsed cryptocurrency exchange FTX will have to decide whether they want to participate in the official liquidation proceeding of FTX Digital Markets Limited in the Bahamas, or if they want to participate in the U.S. Chapter 11 cases as the liquidation process continues. PricewaterhouseCoopers Limited, which is part of the liquidation process in the Bahamas, issuing a statement seeking to inform those customers that they must make a decision on which process they want to participate in by August 16th through an election process. The statement explained that live Ask Me Anything sessions will be held to ensure FTX customers understand what the election process is and how to participate. SpaceX continues to commit time and resources to the Bahamas, with 2 of its employees closing out the Hackett Summer Camp with a workshop with campers, an address to the camp attendees, and then acting as judges in a pitch competition showcasing innovative business ideas developed by the campers. The Hackett Summer Camp is designed to help STEM skills develop among its participants. That's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. SpaceX currently lands its reusable rockets on a floating platform in the Bahamas and also offers its satellite internet service Starlink here. In February, the Ministry of Tourism, Investments, and Aviation announced the successful negotiation of and execution of a groundbreaking letter of agreement with SpaceX, marking a revolutionary leap, we're told, for the Bahamas into the realm of space tourism. That LOA, letter of agreement, establishes a strategic collaboration that positions the Bahamas as a global destination for witnessing booster landings. SpaceX, which is a pioneer in space exploration, is currently finalizing mission designs where one of the company's autonomous drones will serve as a Falcon 9 landing location east of the Exumas, offering a spectacle that will be visible only here in the Bahamas. And the Digital Assets and Registered Exchanges Amendment Bill, that's DARE, is a significant milestone providing clarity on the regulatory requirements for the digital asset sector, according to Herman Ledoff, the Chief Executive Officer of the Bahamas Office of Cryptocurrency Exchange, OKX. Ledoff telling Guardian Business that OKX Bahamas remains excited to be part of the evolution of the digital assets industry as regulators worldwide strive to keep pace with rapid industry changes. OKX says it appreciates the Securities Commission's proactive approach to advancing the regulatory landscape. Overseas, 2 years after launching an aggressive fight against inflation and 1 year after leaving its benchmark interest rate at a near quarter-century high, the U.S. Federal Reserve is expected to signal this week that it will likely reduce borrowing costs as soon as September. A rate reduction this fall, the first since the pandemic, would amount to a momentous shift and a potential boost to the economy. Fed rate cuts over time typically lower borrowing costs for such things as mortgages, auto loans, and credit cards. A single cut in the Fed's key rate, now at roughly 5.3%, wouldn't by itself make much of a difference to the economy, but financial markets widely expected. Some borrowing costs have already dropped slightly in anticipation of the move. As a result, the main question for the U.S. Central Bank will be how fast and how far will the policymakers ultimately cut rates. Meanwhile, in the UK, Britain's new Labour government is set to axe several transport projects today in order to plug what it says is a newly found £20 billion or $26 billion shortfall in the public finances that it blames on the actions of the former Conservative administration. In a major speech later, Treasury Chief Rachel Reeves is set to accuse the previous government of covering up the dire state of the UK's finances after a review of departmental spending that she commissioned 3 weeks ago after the left-leaning Labour Party won a landslide victory to return to power for the first time in 14 years. Reeves is not expected to announce any changes in taxes, but her comments are being interpreted as paving the way for a revenue-raising budget in the fall. And from movie theaters, Marvel is back on top with Deadpool and Wolverine. The comic book movie made a staggering $205 million in its first weekend in North American theaters. according to studio estimates on Sunday. It shattered the opening record for R-rated films previously held by the first Deadpool, which was $132 million, and notched a spot in the top 10 openings of all time, including international showings where it's racked up an additional $233.3 million from 52 markets. Deadpool and Wolverine is looking for a global opening of $438.3 million. Fittingly for both characters' introduction to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Deadpool and Wolverine played less like earlier X-Men or Deadpool movies and more like an Avengers pick. It's by far the biggest opening of the year, unseating Disney's Inside Out with $154.2 million, and it's the most tickets a movie has sold in its debut since Barbie stormed theaters last July with $162 million. Playing in 4,210 locations, Deadpool and Wolverine also surpassed 2019's The Lion King, $191.8 million, to become the biggest July opening ever, and the 34th consecutive MCU movie to debut in first place. And again, those numbers are unbelievable and had previously been thought impossible for an R-rated movie. In your Market Watch, recapping trading on the BISX from Friday, your market movers, Colina Holdings moving 4,900 shares, closing at 11.20, unchanged. CIBC First Caribbean Bank moving 2,000, unchanged at 14.33. Consolidated Water up 14 cents to 5.89. Emira Incorporated up 4 cents to 8.68. The BISX All Share Index closing at 2,927.40, up 0.18. That's your Market Watch. And that is your morning business report, brought to you by CFAL, growing wealth for future generations. And tune in to CFAL Talks tonight at 6:30 p.m. right here on Guardian Radio 96.9. And we are back with Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan along with Deandra Cartwright. In a couple minutes, just want to talk about a press conference the police had last week about the drivers, the license plate issue.
Okay.
So many cars without license plates on the streets. The latest from the police in just a bit. Want to touch on the big story in the National Guardian today, though. The headline story, government's $30 million tax demand on sandals. But the resort says, hold your horses, right? Our Candia Dame's writing about this. The Department of Inland Revenue has demanded that Sandals Resort make a payment of $30.8 million in back taxes. But Sandals has challenged that assessment. The demand was made after an audit determined the resort chain owes the Bahamian government $29,195,112.67 and $1,648,705.26 in additional value-added taxes and business license fees, respectively.
That's a pretty penny.
My God. Sandals was also advised that it owed the sum of $570,000, and that's the maximum penalty allowed under the VAT Act, as the DIR considered that sum appropriate. So they got a fine for not paying these taxes. Wow. The audit period is for the financial periods 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022.
It's a pretty long time.
Sandals was advised of the $30 million demand in a letter from DIR on November 24th, 2023. It's been almost a year.
But then were they informed before?
Well, I don't know. But they were informed then, and it doesn't seem like there's been much movement. The specific tax assessment was made of Clearview Management Limited, the operator of Sandals Emerald Bay, which is located in Great Exuma. According to court documents, Financial Secretary Simon Wilson informed that the law required that a bond be put in place to facilitate CML's objections to the assessed amounts. And in this case, should CML wish to file an objection, only cash in the amount of the outstanding taxes assessed would be accepted, that assessed amount being in excess of $30 million. your mouth is on the floor. What's happening?
No, because okay. Again, we need to see how this plays out. I want to see the documents. I want to read more about this, right? But this seems to be. You remember a couple of weeks ago with was it the Palm Key and a couple of the other places? I think it was Palm Key. I'm not sure. Where taxes were the issue and how they were being approached, right? About paying those taxes that were outstanding and whatnot. So this is another
the inspections, and
right.
it wasn't clear whether they owed any money, but these random inspections were creating challenges.
Right, and at the crux of it, it was still something about taxes, right?
Well, yeah.
And so it's almost like, when was the last time have we heard about a hotel owing this amount of money, right?
I don't think back in the day we would have heard.
We would
It
not.
been
So is this more like transparency, or these taxes existed before the audit period or whatnot? I'm just trying. It's $30 million is no small amount of money. So then also it calls into question, why is it that they were notified last year, 23, if this started in 2017? So it's supposed to be paid, and that's more than 5 years.
Well, DIR announced last year or before that they're cracking down on all this. This is not going to be allowed to continue. If you owe money to the government, you're going to be made to pay the money to the government.
Right.
And what in the past happened?
So are we saying
that's
that
not how it works
Okay,
now.
so they're not going to be addressing that it could have been or should have been, like, I just wonder, was there documentation to say that Sandals was notified in 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 that they should have been paying from then? Because honestly, I mean, I'm just thinking from a financial perspective, it would have been easier if we say 30 million across the span of, say, it's not 5 years, but a little bit more. Let's choose 5 because it's an easier number, right? You split that down to pay that over time, as opposed to paying this lump sum right now that they are already objecting to, right? And then are they objecting on principle because of the amount, or is it the background behind it?
Well,
and then how many other entities are facing this?
And see what they're saying about it. All right, so according to those documents, there were, no reasons were stated as to why a letter of guarantee or other form of security would not be acceptable. CML has, however, objected to this determination that it needed to make a cash payment of $30 million to file the objection. It named Shunda Strachan, the acting comptroller of the Value-Added Tax Department, as the first respondent, Wilson as the second respondent, and Philip Davis, the Prime Minister, sued in his capacity as Minister of Finance, as the third respondent. The company sought a declaration that the decision requiring a $30 million cash payment to accompany its objection to the notices of assessment is irrational and or unreasonable. It also sought a declaration that the respondent's rejection of a letter of guarantee from Sandals Bank, First Caribbean International Bank, is irrational and or unreasonable. In addition, Sandals sought a declaration that it has a reasonable expectation to provide a letter of guarantee or some form of security acceptable to the acting comptroller and the financial secretary. Sandals also sought an order quashing the demand for the cash payment. Well, on January 11, 2024, CML lodged its notice of objection to the sums assessed by owing by the way of VAT and business license fees in the two notices of assessment dated November 24th, 2023. The company also tendered an accompanying letter of guarantee from First Caribbean International Bank, guaranteeing payment of such sums as may found to be due and owing by Sandals by way of VAT or business license fees, if any, up to a maximum of $30,843,817.93. Well, the Nassau Guardians confirmed that this matter is still pending. It's a lot of money. Since forming the government in September 2021, Prime Minister Davis and finance ministry officials have placed an aggressive focus on collecting taxes owed to the government. And so this is keeping in line with that. Let's get your reaction to that, folks. Sandals' response is interesting.
Why interesting?
They're not really saying that just the method that the government has in the reimbursing here is what they seem to, are they saying they don't owe this, or is it just that we want to do it like this, but the government is pushing
Well,
it back on it?
essentially, I mean, so what I'm hearing, and again, not an expert, what I'm hearing there is that one, they're like, how is it happening this way? Is there an alternate to do this? And also, we can provide a letter to say that we will pay this, but we also want to double check to make sure this is actually the amount that we're supposed to be paying, which I would imagine could be seen as a reasonable request to ascertain after more than 5 years review if this is truly the amount, and then also knowing the reality actually of some persons and entities being double charged VAT on certain things too. I would, if you charge me 30 million, maybe let me just make sure you didn't double charge me in some areas because it may not be 30 million. But then also it's like when I hear, and that's why my mouth was a bit open earlier, I heard the word bond, right? So what I think of automatically is what equates to $30 million. That sounds like property. Right. And so is it that they have to come up with 30 million cash liquid being transferred from their bank, which apparently it sounds like they would have tried to do within a reasonable way through their bank or offered that they had to give 30 million upfront, or they give up something in the form of that, which, like I said, sounds like property.
Wow. It's quite
and what they've been
interesting.
doing with persons with the real property tax. If you can't pay your taxes, they're taking your house. And did they not just have a listing in the paper a couple of weeks ago, if I understand, of properties that were unable, that those former owners were unable to pay those taxes, so they seized and then they sold them. So when I hear something like this, it's like, oh, okay, so it's not just the little people, you're going after the big folks too. But now,
well, let's hope that's not the idea.
Hopefully
All I have to say
not.
is 2 words to them. Grand Bahama.
No, but
That's
this is what I'm saying. Is like so now if you have Sandals is one of the high performing major properties, right? Now, is it that this is going to be the case with all of the hotels, like, or is it just Sandals the only one that we're hearing about right now? Because there are so many taxes being levied, new funds being requested from our financial services sector, which we know is the second pillar of our economy. And now we're seeing this happening in tourism. I just wonder if the grab is to try and collect taxes or to increase fees across the board, right? Are we looking short term only? Because obviously it seems like we need the money. We need the money. We understand we need the money. But are we also looking at the long term impact of how we're going about getting the money that we know we need?
Here are some text messages. This person says they need to check all the hotels, especially the ones on the island formerly called Hog. Dealing with them over the years as a vendor, I have questioned it. You'd be surprised how people think companies are doing things right just because they are a legal entity, I think they're trying to say. Inspect them all, though. Interesting.
This is what I'm saying. And from what the story says, Sandals isn't objecting to paying. It's just let's double check our accounts to make sure that what you're telling us we owe is in fact what we owe.
Right.
And I agree. Let's check all of the hotels, but it's also the principle behind of how you're going about doing it, right? Because it's very easy to insult, to disrespect these businesses that are performing in the economy, that are employing so many persons and whatnot like that, and the ease of being doing business inside this country, as stated by our own. Was it the employer Chamber of Commerce the other day that was actually saying that the ease of doing business in this country is not, it's just not there. So
no ease.
Right? And so you could just easily take this up, go to another country and then do it. And that's what we are seeing right now with some of the financial service companies and whatnot. Why stay here when we're already paying a lot of money? You want us to pay more money, but it's not easy to conduct business.
Yeah. This texture says the government is the legal authority with respect to taxes. Sandals should put in the public domain what they think they owe and stop the shadow boxing.
Well, that's possibly going to be their next step.
Yeah, maybe after this is hit the press, right? So maybe they will. This person says here, what about 2023 and so far this year?
So with audits and things like that, because this is literally a financial review, right? That takes years, documentation required and things like that. So the 23 financial year would have ended in December, so we're in July. It takes some time to go over those things, and then they have to be cross-checked and whatnot. So it does take months, but 6 months of something that's dealing with several $1 million can take some time. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. But then again, if it is that they have to be double checked within their own entities and then rechecked by the entity, that's a lot of reviews going on right there.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well,
we are still waiting for such reports from government agencies. Just throwing it out there.
We'll keep you posted on this one, folks. We'll continue to watch this and see how this goes. All right. So, as promised, the Road Traffic Department and the Police Traffic Department giving a little bit of information, about what's happening with the driver's licenses. Keep saying that. The license plates for
They have the cost to do
vehicles.
the licenses now? Like that's they have those?
If they have the what?
For the actual licenses. I know some, wasn't that earlier this year where they didn't have the actual cards for the licenses
You're talking about
themselves? Yeah.
Driver's license
Yeah.
again?
That's
I did
resolved
not
as well?
Here, it seems to be. I know. I had to
Oh, okay.
renew
No,
mine.
man, because remember it was like this whole big thing
Oh,
with
yeah?
that clip going around with the ladies telling a
I think I
senior
remember
politician.
that, but I
That's
had to
sorted
do
out now.
mine in April, so I guess.
Okay, so
it's-
they probably,
yeah,
okay,
maybe.
good.
But the license plates, that's another story. Take a listen to this report from our Destiny Johnson.
Fernando met with officials from the Road Traffic Department amid backlash over license plates. Officer in charge of the Traffic Division, Chief Superintendent Eugene Strachan, says during traffic stops where vehicles have no license plates, motorists voice concerns that police and the Road Traffic Department are not on the same page.
For this weekend past, we were getting a several negative response from the members of public who were riding around and they were being stopped for driving without license plate attached to their vehicles. Several of them made some negative remark to the effect that it is either the police nor the road traffic department is working in tandem to try to bring resolve to some of the issues that we might be faced with as a public, at least as a department.
Strachan assures the public that there is always an open line of communication between police and road traffic.
We would like to take this opportunity also to express to the members of the public to dispel that misunderstanding that the police commissioner and the road traffic controller is not on the same page as it were. I can report that myself along with the controller, Mrs. Moxie, we speak on probably every 3 days trying to sort out various issues. So we do have an open line of dialogue.
As of today, license plates DA5901 to DA7200 are available for collection. Motorists whose license plates are not ready should have a letter from the road traffic controller in their possession.
So the police stop you because of saying that you don't have a plate attached to your vehicle. It's just a cordial interview. And if they're satisfied that you're in possession of those documents, you'll be allowed to go. And like I said, there were some persons who were very adamant that, they're frustrated. And we'd like for those individuals, sometimes we will stop the innocent. We want you to appreciate that what we're trying to do is to make sure that the streets are safer for all of us.
Strachan adds that motorists should not be using cardboard or other materials in place of a government-issued license plate.
You don't have to come to traffic. Sometimes it is better to come to traffic, but you can go to any police station and report that the plate was either stolen or dismissing, and subsequently you will be given a letter stating that you were at the station to report the matter, and it doesn't stop there. Some person just get the letter and don't report to the road traffic authority. So you got to take the letter to the road traffic authority, and so that they could go ahead and make preparation so that you could have another plate reissued to you.
Reporting for Guardian News Network, I'm Destiny Johnson.
All right, so it's just very, very odd. Not mentioned in that article, that report there is why the delay, right? Yeah, so that's frustrating. What's the problem? Why is it taking so long? And why do you have to wait at all to get a plate? There are tons of people, we're talking about this off here, people getting new cars. They don't have a plate at all.
Well, this is the thing, right? So I think the Bahamian population would be a little bit more understanding if we had answers to those questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then also a guarantee that you wouldn't get in trouble for something that you wouldn't be able to actually control.
Yeah. Yeah. This seems very insane. And again, a recipe for disaster. Plenty of people are riding around with now this cover.
But they don't have a choice, right?
Yeah, well, the people.
Well, some. Sorry,
people who love this.
Some.
Like, this is my time now. And again, a caller mentioned this, or was a texter a couple days ago. People, if you're getting a different vehicle, you should take your plates.
Well, that was the idea of the new plates, that it's your plates.
People
that
are
you
doing
change
it.
cars.
People are doing it, but either people are not remembering or don't want the hassle of doing it, or but that was to be encouraged. Sorry?
The new plates. Do we get them? No, you're saying, okay, so if they can access...
If you change cars.
Yes.
Take your plates from the old car to the new car.
Yes.
That's what you're supposed to do.
So the availability of plates.
It wasn't because of that. They just said that the plates were yours for life.
I know.
But people either are just not into it or don't remember that they should, or don't know if they can.
That sounds like a public relations.
It's always public relations. They're not telling you these things, and they're not drilling that into people's heads. And there's a process for it, and it's just not
being followed.
Not being followed, or it's been allowed to slip into oblivion. Like, wait, can I do this, or should I do this, or blah blah blah.
Okay.
And so they need work. They need a lot of work. Anyway, DeAndre Cartwright, thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you for having me, Dwight Strachan.
Yeah, thank you for being here as part of this wacky day. I really don't even know what's happening right now.
Listen, tomorrow's going to be a better day.
Hopefully, even though we've got a dust warning in effect until tomorrow morning.
Wear the masks. You need to wear your masks.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, no. Listen, I remember a friend of mine, she has very bad allergies, so she just wears the mask whenever she goes outside, so it helps.
Hey, I mean, we're back to questioning people who are wearing masks, but I hear you. This might be the time.
Wow. Okay.
like, why are you wearing a mask?
Do we care about others or our own health?
Right. We can't be so judgmental, I guess.
Yes, don't succumb to peer pressure, Dwight.
Anyway, I'll see you next week. Oh wait, next week is a holiday.
So I won't see you next week. Aw, darn.
We'll get you on before that. Anyway, have a good one. I'll be back tomorrow morning with more Morning Blend and Morning Blend Business right here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan. Have a great day, everybody. Stay tuned for On the Clock with Aaron Green next.